Thanks for logging on to WCBI.com on this Friday afternoon. Quick update here for you. We continue to see soaking rains across our region. By the time all is said and done, 2 to 5 inches is where we expect those totals to fall. And that also brings the chance for some strong storms now. That's recently developing here through the morning hours, seeing that potential on the rise likely tonight into Saturday before the front comes on, and we're going to talk all about that here on this webcast for you. Here's the tropics right now. We've got a new tropical depression 17 as of the 1 p.m. update. Locally, it has winds of 35 miles an hour. It's organizing quite well here as it lifts off to the north, and that will likely become Tropical Storm Olga later on today. By tonight, expecting it to approach the Louisiana coast as a tropical storm before weakening. Notice the center track here is on the Mississippi River, moving on up here. So we are on the east side, the right side, which means more tropical rains, and that right side here is generally where we get the chance for an isolated spin-up tornado, perhaps some stronger storms, and that is what I think is going to happen here moving forward. Let's talk about the rain first. Notice here through the lunch hour into the afternoon, rain continues. As we get into tonight, when football would normally be happening, we may start getting a few of these storms to be a little stronger here. We'll have to watch that potential, and that very well will carry into the overnight hours as the center of that circulation passes off to the delta. By tomorrow morning, then, seeing some more isolated to scattered storms here. What may very well help is a southeast wind, which could help to enhance a localized threat for some stronger storms here. And we'll keep that chance until that system can slide off to the east here, cold front sweeping it through. That likely happening around midday on Saturday, then into Saturday night, we're quieting things down. Now, today they've upped our area to a level 1 risk. That is along and south of US 80, generally from there down towards Louisville and in Macon. We'll keep our eyes on that here. The slight risk is off to the south, where they're seeing a tornado watch in parts of southeast Mississippi and southwest Alabama. For us here, essentially through tonight into Saturday, now, if I had to pick an exact time, I'd probably pick between about 7 p.m. tonight through 10 a.m. on Saturday for the chance for some of this to happen. The tornado threat is low. We'll have to monitor that and see if we don't get an isolated storm that can form there. Winds, though, the threat is low, but I do think we'll see some gusty winds heading into tonight and tomorrow as that system passes on by. The threat that most, if not all of us, will see in our neighborhoods, though, will be the flooding threat as we see that level 1 threat continue. In fact, flash flood watches still continuing for areas generally along and south of a line from Columbus to Houston to Oxford, and that goes until Saturday afternoon. Now, the potential here is that by the time all of the rain is said and done, including this morning's rain, 2 to 5 inches is where we think we'll end up. We've already had a couple of inches, so we'll add a few more inches before all is said and done, wrapping into Saturday midday. Let's talk more about that severe threat. This is our future energy and lightning. This afternoon, there's not a lot of energy in place, but we may start to see some of that energy surge to the north overnight tonight, and if that happens, then that will help the severe threat organize a little bit. Notice that by Saturday at 11 a.m., the energy is all off to the east and fading away fast here. So that's when that front comes on through and dries us out, and we'll be looking at fine as we go into Saturday night and into Sunday. The one thing we really have to watch, though, is when you get a tropical system like what we've got here, a weak storm at best is what we're expecting. Sometimes you can get some enhanced wind shear in the atmosphere, especially on that front right quadrant around the low pressure. So as that low pressure center comes off to the north, and watch what happens here. We see these low level winds enhance in the delta and parts of North Mississippi overnight tonight into Saturday morning. That will slide on by. Then by Saturday afternoon, it looks like most of that wind energy is pulling away as we dry out behind the front. I still think some of that energy may make it to the ground in the form of some straight line winds or even just breezy tropical winds here. So we may very well be talking about some wind gusts in the area, 20 to 30 miles an hour. And before all is said and done, we'll keep you updated on that right here on the website as Corp through the news. Now, after this system slides on through, there it goes off to the north. We dry things out Monday, and on Tuesday, there may be a chance for an isolated shower as this next system winds up. For now, there still is a great deal of uncertainty with that moving forth. I'm going to advertise the next system likely coming in Wednesday, perhaps lingering into Thursday. On the backside of that, we'll have a big cool down, I think, as can be expected, but still with timing uncertain, we'll be sure and keep you updated right here with the first alert. Quick update on this afternoon for you. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey in the WCBI First Alert Forecast Center. We've got a developing tropical cyclone. We've talked about that for the past couple of days as being a possibility. It has now become a reality. Just a tropical depression 17 before the 1 o'clock update. It very well may become tropical storm Olga before all is said and done as it heads inland. The good news is that this is not a strong system. The bad news is that we still are getting lots of rain from this regardless of the terminology and classification that is given to it moving forth. Now we also have a level 1 risk through the afternoon and evening hours into tonight, I think, especially for areas generally along and south of US 82. That's new. They've brought that threat north with storms that are off to the south. There's been a couple of tornado warnings already on the Gulf Coast today. I think if I had to give a timing, I would look between 7 p.m. tonight and 10 a.m. on Saturday as the best chance for a stronger storm here. The tornado threat looks low, but with a tropical system like this and a cold front coming on through, there may be a little extra wind shear to work with, a little wind energy, and that may help that